WAAY 31 is looking back at the deadly and destructive tornadoes of April 27, 2011. One of those tornadoes killed 5 people from one family in Marshall County.
One of the survivors was 6-year-old Ari Hallmark. She lost both of her parents, her paternal grandparents, and a young cousin. Now, and for the past 10 years, she's been telling a remarkable story of healing and heaven and a higher purpose.
I was found about 200 yards from the house, somewhere over in this field over here, and my whole family was actually found all together.
10 years ago today, Ari Hallmark's life changed forever. So many lives were lost, so many lives changed that day, of course. But for Ari, right from the day the tornado took her loved ones, she's been at peace, not dwelling on the tragedy, but on her belief in the triumph of eternal life after death.
I think that it was kind of a God thing that, I knew that they were all together and that they were going to be okay because I worried a lot.
Before the tornado, Ari had dreams about her parents dying, whether her grandparents would go to heaven. Not premonitions, she says, just the insecurities of a small child. It seems strange to say, but she says the tornado put her mind at ease about all that.
I got to watch my parents go into heaven.
She remembers watching her family go to heaven that day. And she was there too, briefly, before an angel brought her back to that field where she was found.
I think my main reason, the higher purpose of me surviving is that I have a message. I think that I can help a ton of people. I know that I have. And that brings me peace.
With the help of a family friend who had some counseling experience, a young Ari was able to draw and write about her near-death experience. It became the book To Heaven After the Storm, and a recent follow-up booklet for children about how she's able to move past the literal and figurative dark clouds of that day.
She's been brave and courageous and told her story ever since.
Ari's maternal grandmother, Susan Garmany, lost her daughter, Ari's mom, in that same storm. She adopted Ari, calls her her grandchild child.
She's a precious girl, and she has a story to tell, and that's what she wants to do, to encourage other people.
A neighbor who lives here off Ruth Road put up this memorial and dedicated it to the 5 people who lost their lives. They planted 5 trees here to represent those lives, and they also etched these words into a granite stone. Those of us who survived owe it to those who didn't to never forget. God bless the memory of the Hallmark family, Philip, Ann, Shane, Jennifer, and Jaden, April 27th, 2011. Those of us who survived owe it to those who didn't to never forget. And those are words by which Ari has dedicated and is now living her life.
She's been through it, and she knows, the ups and downs, and she has a lot of ups.
Thanks to her book, Ari hears from others now working through their own grief who have found hope and help in her strength.
They just try to confide in me through my story, and I find joy in that.
As one whose life came so close to being cut so short, she's determined to help as many as she can weather their own storms.
Even though I guess that's about the saddest thing that will ever happen to me, I had something very special happen to me that day, and I'm so glad that I get to share it all with you.
We had extensive coverage on the 10th anniversary of the deadly tornado super outbreak all day.
Our special coverage, Changed Forever, aired this evening, but you can watch it anytime by going to our website. It is WAAYTV.com.